Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are going to do the last part of the chapter Al-Fil Madi wal Mudari. We have already, basically in this chapter, we are studying how Fil Madi and Fil Mudari. We usually know their standard usages, which is Madi used in past, translated in past, and Fil Mudari is used in translating future. But there are other, you can say, uses in the Arabic language of these fail madi and fail mudari, in which they are translated, which they are used. So we've already studied madi. The standard usage is plain past, which is distant, which can be recent event. It can be an event that happened once in the past. It can be an event which happened repeatedly in the past. Over here, we studied that how fail madi is used to for dua, even though dua is for something future, but fail madi is used for expressing a dua or saying a dua. Then promises and warnings again is something which is related to future, but you use fail madi in order to give it emphasis that this is something which is done done deal, which is going to happen. So you warn or you promise in fail madi. Then in Silatul Mosul, we studied that, with Ism Mosul, when there's Jumla failure and when it has fail Madi with it, sometimes it can be translated, in present also, and sometimes it can be translated as it is, depending on the context. As it is means in past. Haithu min haithu. Haithu means where, and min haithu means from where. Now, when fil madi is used with these, depending on the context, it can be translated in present tense, it can be translated in future tense, it can be translated in past tense as it is. Hamzatu Hamzatu Taswiya. It's a template which says whether you it is the same whether you do this or you don't. It's the same, something like that. So it's like a template. Then Laula is again when Laula comes with fail madi, it is used for expressing something like why not this happened, or something like how come this, something like that. So this can also be translated in past, if fail madi comes with it, and it can also be translated in mudari. So depending on the context, we have both used. Then a jumlatu shartiya, usually except law, we have jumlatu shartiya, or usually the adwatu shart are translated in something, because you're talking about a condition. So it's something which is likely to happen, which is again talking about future. But then, why use fil madi in the first place? So we studied that in jumlatu shartiya that for something that happens repeatedly, we use mudare. That is one of the reasons. And for something which should not happen repeatedly or does not happen repeatedly, we use fail madi. We've explained all that. So let's move forward to fail mudare. And in fail mudare, we have a non-standard usage and standard usage. So standard usage, we know that it's present tense or future tense. It can be, it can be translated in any one of them. And then in non-standard usage, you will learn how fi'l mudari is used for telling a story or an event by in a way that you're painting a picture. Then it can be used for an emphatic command. And when it is used with is, what are the implications? So let's dig in. So painting a picture. So we have this ayah from Quran. وَإِذْ نَجَّيْنَاكُمْ min ali fir'auna yasumunakum. Over here, this should be, wait. So, ali fir'auna yasumunakum su al azabi yuzabbihuna abna'akum wa yastahyuna nisa'akum. Now, this is about the time of Musa. And remember, when we saved. when we saved you from the people of Pharaoh. Now, over here, if you can see, they would inflict on you the worst type of punishment and slaughter your children and let your women live. Now, this is something which has been talking, which happened in the past. But fail mudare is used over here. Uh, they would inflict pain on you, worst punishment on you, then they will slaughter your children, so yuzabbihuna, then they would let live your women, yastahyuna. So again, if you see, fail mudare is used in order to paint a picture as if something is happening in front of you. So again, it is used for telling a story from the past or relying a past event. It is used in order to captivate the listener as though it is occurring in present, right in front of you. So painting a picture can, you can say that Fil Mudare is used for that purpose. So let's look at another usage of Fil Mudare. Now, in this, we have two cases. So basically, Fil Mudare can be used as opposed to an Amar, Fil Amar, as an emphatic command. So we know that Amar is used for command. But what happens over here? Sorry, Amar, or you can say Fil Nahi, forbidding. So over here, if you see, what is akhazna mithaqa bani Israila la ta'buduna illallah. So, and remember, when we took a pledge from the children of Israel, you will not worship. So, you will not worship anyone except Allah. Now, if you see over here, so if you see over here, what happens is that simple fail mudare is used. But if you look at the language, it gives you a very emphatic command that you will not worship anyone. So this is the purpose of using fail mudare instead of a command, which is fail amar or fail nahi. So that's one purpose. Also, in another example, we have uh, wali, والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين. So mothers should nurse their children for 2 full rounds. Now, if you notice over here, you see what do you call wait, this should not be here. So over here, basically, the point that I was trying to make is that sometimes fil mudare is used in order to express something that should happen. So it's a little less emphatic. It's not really a command, or you can say it's a command, but it is a little less emphatic. That's something that should happen. Also over here, because this is a feminine plural, so it's not expressed over here. But I think I remember when you are saying something like you should do something with mudare, you make it light. So that is one of the one of the things, light or lightest. I think I need to look into that. But let me just finish. Yeah. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, there was a lesson in which Ustad said that when a command is given in third person, it means, so basically command is given to a person who is in front of you, anta, anti, or antuma. But when a command is given to a third person, then you basically give the meaning of should happen. So over here, if you see, a third person is used, um, which is giving a less emphatic. Someone is not in front of you, but you are just giving a less emphatic command, and you're saying should something happen. Now let's look at this. So it's used for issuing a command. It's more emphatic than a regular amar of nahi, and basically it means so if you say don't go, it's a regular amar, as compared to you are going to say you are not going. So that is a more emphatic command, that you are not going. Also, light fail mudare is less emphatic, and it gives the meaning of should. Not light fail mudare, the fail mudare in third person. Let me just fix this. Yeah, so third person command basically, which is in this case, it's a fail mudare, it's less emphatic. And it gives mostly, it gives the meaning of should something. So then last usage we have is when is comes with a fail mudare. So let's see how it reacts. So is taqulu lillazi an'ama Allahu alayhi wa an'amta alayhi amsik alayka zawjaka wattaqillah. And when you said, so you said for taqulu, to the one who Allah blessed and who you blessed, keep your wife and be conscious of Allah. As opposed to, so over here, if you see is and taqulu, it's being translated in the past. But in this one, if you see, wa is يتحاجون في النار فيقول الضعفاء للذين استكبروا إن كنا لكم تبعا فهل أنتم مغنون عنا نصيبا من النار. And when they argue. Now over here, if you can see, both are fail mudare used with is, but over here it's used in madi, and over here they are used in mudare. So, with one another in the fire, then the weak ones will say to those who were arrogant, certainly we were your followers, so will you relieve us a fire of. Now, if you notice the difference between these two scenarios, this is something which is being talked about worldly life, something, which probably happened in the past. And this is something which is being talked about afterlife and which has not happened yet. So, something which is about to come. So that brings us to the point when, depending on the context, you can translate it in past, you can translate it in present, and depends on the basically the concept, the context. And then when you are talking about afterlife, you're going to translate it most likely in future. When you're talking about past event, then you're going to translate it in Madhu. So this brings us to the end of this chapter. Different usages of fail madi and fail mutare as opposed to their standard usage. If there are any questions related to the topic, please feel free to ask on the group, and one of us will be able to help you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.